Hi, YouTubers and wet shavers everywhere. It's MargaretGeorgeTune.com. I'm back with another Monday Morning Mailbag. Get yourself a cup of coffee, kick back, relax. Let's talk a little wet shaving and a few other things. What do you got this morning? I've got a coffee we've talked about before. It's worth a revisit. Hang on 1 minute. Yeah, not a bad cup of coffee. That is pretty darn good. This is the Save-A-Lot brand, McDaniel's coffee, right there. Comes in these Keurig cups, comes in a nice price point. You can see right there, it says it's compatible. See, it's compatible with Keurig machines. This is their Donut Shop single serve cup, 100% Arabica coffee. Not bad at all. A good, flavorful cup of coffee on the cheap. If you're looking to just have a different coffee that's inexpensive but still flavorful. Check out McDaniel's coffee from Save-A-Lot. This is their brand of coffee, and we like it a lot. And this morning we're using the 30 degrees mug right there. 30 degrees, a light touch. Let the razor do all the work, gentlemen. Absolutely. And there's George right there. These are available in the George Tune Shaving Shop. We'll link that below if you want to get one for your very own. Hang on 1 minute. Let me get another sip here. Hang on 1 minute. Yeah, and as we like to say in the show, a good hot coffee, a trusty mug, let the caffeine go to work, gentlemen, absolutely. Hey, if you're taking me along on your morning commute, thanks very much for the lift. Really do appreciate that. If you're listening to the audio podcast version of the Monday Morning Mailbag this morning, thanks very, very much for tuning in via all those great streaming platforms out there like iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, YouTube, that sort of thing. Great to be with you. Hang on 1 minute. I want to set this down, but I want to show you again the official coaster of the Monday Morning Mailbag, soapspoon.com. A big, big thank you again to Andy Kaiser. That's it right there. Check out his product, soapspoon.com. That's the official coaster right there. We're going to set that down right there like that. Official coaster of the Monday Morning Mailbag. Let me get over here to the topics. And we'll give you a rundown of what we got on today's show. We got a great viewer morning shaving tip from a gentleman named Jason Rochester. Jason, thank you very, very much. We've got a shave den visit from Thomas Engel. I believe he's a new viewer. Thomas, thank you very, very much. We've got the usual round of reminders. We've got a giveaway update. Stay tuned for that. We've got some refill comments. Some new wet shave gear to share with you, and also some great questions and comments to close out the show. Great to be with you this morning. Thanks so very, very much for tuning in. Really do appreciate that. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. Let's get the show kicked off like we do every morning with a viewer morning shaving tip. Well, this morning's shaving tip comes from viewer Jason Rochester. And Jason writes, "Hi, Mark. I wanted to share a DE shaving tip that has worked remarkably well for me, especially when shaving 3 or more days of beard growth. I do not usually shave every day. My routine is typically every other day or sometimes every 3 days. For years, I experimented with a wide variety of DE blades, hoping to find that elusive combination, sharp enough to move efficiently through several days of heavy beard growth, yet smooth and comfortable enough to avoid irritation. I also wanted a blade that could endure at least 3 good shaves. In that search, I discovered many sharp blades, with some being familiar to most wet shavers, others more obscure. But I also learned an important lesson. Sharpness alone does not make a better shave. A blade may be keen, but if it leaves the skin irritated, then that efficiency is counterproductive. For me, the real standard became beard reduction with minimal irritation. At that point, I began thinking less about the blade alone and more about the razor and blade combination. My regular razor was the Merica 34C, which is wonderfully comfortable and dependable, but on 3 days of beard growth, I sometimes needed more passes than I wanted. After some research, I acquired the Mula R41. The R41 was far more efficient, and I immediately noticed that it reduced the beard with fewer strokes. The problem was, by the final pass, it could become a bit too assertive for my skin, leading to irritation. My preparation was already solid: warm water, pre-shave gel, and usually Taylor of Old Bond Street or Cellar Red. So the issue was not really prep. Then one day, the proverbial DE shaving lightning bolt struck. I call the method the Diamond Duo. For 3 or more days of beard growth, I begin the first pass with the Mula R41 and an efficient blade of choice. That blade may vary by wet shaver, so some experimentation is still necessary. The R41 does the heavy lifting and clears the bulk of the growth quickly. Then, for the second pass, I switch to the Merica 34C with a smoother, gentler blade, usually something platinum coated for glide and comfort. At that point, the 34C is no longer being asked to mow down the entire field. It is refining the shave, calming the process down, and bringing the result home. The outcome has been excellent. After the second pass, I often have a socially acceptable shave and sometimes something approaching near BBS. With light touch-ups, the result improves further, but without the irritation I was getting when trying to make the R41 do everything. What I appreciate most about this approach is that it spared me from continuing the endless chase for one magical blade or one perfect razor. It also meant I did not need to purchase an adjustable or progressive razor to solve the problem. Instead, I used 2 razors I already understood and had, each for the part of the shave it performs best. Of course, I could simply shave more often, but that part of the pleasure of traditional wet shaving is precisely this kind of experimentation, the small judgments, adjustments, and discoveries that turn a routine task into a craft. Thanks, Mark, for the wonderful work you do with Monday Morning Mailbag. I appreciate the opportunity to contribute, in my small way, to the ongoing conversation about the mechanics, decisions, and pleasures of wet shaving, and that comes from Jason Rochester. Jason, that is an excellent and awesome shaving tip. Use 2 razors, one a little more aggressive and one milder, and tune them with your favorite blade when you have a great deal of beard growth, and you'll get a great shave. The more aggressive razor is doing the heavy lifting, and the milder razor is refining the shave, giving you those touch-ups, giving you that darn fine shave, upper darn fine shave, or near BBS finish. Don't try to find the BBS, let the BBS find you. This is great. This is an absolutely fantastic shaving tip. When I read this, I knew I had to share it with all the viewers out there. That's fantastic. Jason, thanks again for a really, really terrific shaving tip. And to say thank you for you and only you, right here, an original signed George sketch. So please email me your snail mail address to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and I will send this to you post haste. And if you out there would like an original signed George sketch, just send me a shaving tip. Send that shaving tip to mondaymailbag@gmail.com. And if I use your shaving tip here on the Viewer Morning Shaving Tip segment of the Monday Morning Mailbag, you too will receive an original signed George sketch. So Jason, thanks again for a really terrific shaving tip. Really do appreciate it. Okay, it's time for a shave den visit.
Grab your favorite shave soap, whip it up, rich and creamy, fill your cup, boom, lather. Hot towel ready, face feels prime, a classic shave, so smooth, so fine. 30 degrees, a light touch, let the razor do the work, no need to rush. Shave like a pro, close and neat, a shave so smooth it can't be beat. Slap on your favorite splash, feel that glow. Shave complete. Now you're ready to go. Oh, boom, shave complete. You're ready to go.
Well, this morning's Shave Den visit comes from viewer Thomas Engel. And Tom writes, Dear Mark, I recently became a viewer of your Monday Morning Shave YouTube channel. I retired from the city of Anaheim Police Department over 20 years ago. Tom, thank you very much for your service. Wonderful that you've enjoyed 20 years of retirement, and thank you again for your service. Really, really do appreciate that. He continues here, if you've heard of Disneyland, the Angels, and the Mighty Ducks, you've heard of Anaheim. We are now living in Northeast Tennessee. My wife was born in Ohio and I was born in Indiana. We decided to make our final retirement home in this area. My family nickname is Mr. Moose, and my wife has named my basement man cave the Moose Cave. I decided to get back into wet shaving and designated my Moose Cave bathroom as my shave cave. I am again enjoying wet shaving and just wanted to show you my new setup. Nothing too serious, but for me, it is a good start. I borrowed the listener's idea about the small crates from Walmart, and while there, I found 2 fishing lure boxes with adjustable interior walls to store my razor blades and assorted shaving stuff. Hope someday to replace that wall art with one of your original drawings. Thanks for a great show. And that comes from Tom Engel. Tom, thanks so much for being a new viewer. Really do appreciate that. Thank you very much for contributing to the show. And once again, thank you for your service. That is really, really wonderful. And to say thank you for you and only you, because you want to replace that wall art, we have an original signed George sketch. Thanks for the Shave Den visit, Tom Engel. We'll send this to you. Just email me your snail mail address to mondaymailbag@gmail.com, mondaymailbag@gmail.com, and I will send this to you post haste. Tom, thanks again for a really, really terrific Shave Den visit. Welcome to the channel and welcome back to the traditional wet shave. Well, here's your reminder to check out shavesplash.com. This is a website that was created by viewer Lee Meyer. If you happen to have a shave soap, but you don't have an aftershave splash for it, well, shavesplash.com is a scent matching website. So you'll be able to find a complimentary aftershave scent that will go with that shaving soap. Really, really terrific. And they also have some great articles and features up there. So check it out. We'll have the link below, shavesplash.com from viewer Lee Meyer. Well, the channel now has auto dub technology courtesy of Google and YouTube. And as the name suggests, it will automatically translate this audio from English into Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. Pretty amazing. Simply click on the gear in the lower right of the video screen. A menu will pop up, and there you can select the language that you wish to hear the audio in: Italian, German, Portuguese, Spanish, or French. It translates it from English to any of those languages in real time, on the fly. Pretty amazing. Auto dub. Check it out. Well, here's your weekly reminder that the Monday Morning Mailbag is also available as a podcast. Simply get up to your favorite streaming service and search for Monday Morning Mailbag and more, Monday Morning Mailbag and more, and the Monday Morning Mailbag podcast, as well as our other podcast, Second Cup, will come right up. Both of those podcasts are available on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, YouTube, and now iHeartRadio. Well, as you may recall, last week we selected a new winner in the giveaway we called A Summer of Vintage Gillette Shaving. 4 classic razors, 4 winners, 1 unforgettable summer. Second prize went unclaimed, therefore forfeited, and that was that beautiful Gillette Red Tip Twist-to-Open Safety Razor. We selected a new winner, and that new winner was Brian's Eighth Night, who happens to be Brian Zients Bernstein, and Brian sent us the following email. Hi, Mark. Wow, I was very pleasantly surprised to see my YouTube handle, Brian's Eighth Night, selected as the winner of this redo for the second place razor. Thank you so much to both you and EZD. He sent along his shipping address and wrapped up the email by saying, thank you, Brian Zions Bernstein, a.k.a. Brian's Eighth Night, on YouTube. Congratulations, Brian. We'll be sending that to you here in the next day or so. And once you receive it, snap a photo of it and let us know that you received it in good condition. We'll share that with all the viewers out there. So congratulations again on winning second prize. That's great. And now that we've cleared the deck of this particular giveaway and got everything sorted and got prizes out to winners and that sort of thing, we're going to be planning other giveaways. As you may well know, you've seen some gear that has come into the channel that we will be giving away. So we're going to be crafting a giveaway here coming up fairly soon. So please stay tuned for that. Congratulations again to Brian Zions Bernstein, and stay tuned for more giveaways. Well, what do you know? Coffee's getting low. That time of the show. Let's go back for a refill. Well, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. I hope you went back for a refill. I sure did. Hang on. Let me get another sip here. Oh, that's a good hot cup of coffee this morning. Hang on, one more sip. That's good. Wow. Yeah, that's not bad at all. That's a good budget, flavorful cup of coffee. Save-A-Lot's McDaniel's coffee right there. Check that out. Yeah, donut shop, single-serve cup, compatible with your Keurig machine. There it is right there. Ground coffee. 100% Arabica coffee. And again, a nice price point, a flavorful cup of coffee. Coffee on a budget gives you a nice brewed, fresh cup of coffee for not a lot of money and a nice flavor. So there you go. A good budget-friendly and flavorful cup of coffee. McDaniel's, you can get these at Save-A-Lot. That's where I get them. So that's great. And again, my mug is the 30 degrees, a light touch, let the razor do all the work, gentlemen, official mug of the Monday Morning Mailbag, or one of the official mugs of the Monday Morning Mailbag. If you want one, they're available at George Toon Shaving. Man, that's a hot cup of coffee. Hang on, I got to put that down. And we also have the official coaster of the Monday Morning Mailbag right here from soapspoon.com and Andy Kaiser. Andy, thank you very, very much. We're going to set that aside over there. So check out soapspoon.com. It's a really, really neat product. And that is a terrific coffee coaster, the official coffee coaster of the Monday Morning Mailbag. Let me get another sip here. Hang on 1 minute. That is terrific. And how's your coffee this morning? Is it healthy? Well, if you want to find out, just visit the Black Coffee Life, Mantic 59's website, where he talks about all the health benefits of drinking black coffee. And also check out the Lockhorns. Someday we'll look back on this and quickly change the subject. A wonderful hardcover collection of great Lockhorns cartoons. Plenty of year left, so you can get a Lockhorns calendar, the Lockhorns 2026 Laugh-A-Day calendar. Both of those by my good friends Bunny Host and John Reiner. Will have the links below. Great to be with you this morning. Let me get another sip. Hang on. I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. Great morning to have a cup of coffee. I know it's getting hot in certain areas, but still, great morning to have a cup of coffee. The mornings in Northeast Ohio, about this previous week, were nice and cool. I mean, you could drive to work with your windows down. You didn't need your AC. Good sleeping weather, that sort of thing. I think it's going to change, though. Hang on 1 minute. So it was great mornings for a hot cup of coffee. Hang on. That's terrific. Again, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. Let's get to some of these refill comments. Let's see. Bill Murphy checked in. Great show as usual, Mark. Love the Shave Den visit. Check out last week's Monday Morning Mailbag. That was Chris Bodrab's Shave Den visit. It's amazing. That's all I'm going to say. Check it out. And Bill continues here. That den is bigger than my bathroom. Since Savin Oak had a sale over the holiday weekend, I ordered 2 more soaps from them. Can't wait to see your reviews on them. Love the pictures of the Italian master shave. That's right, David Keiss, again, last week's show. He was in Italy. He's back home now, but he was in Italy, and he had a shave by a master Italian barber. check that out. Have a wonderful week. I sure will, Bill. You as well. Yeah. Boy, last week's show really was neat. A great shaved end visit. Some great information about Savin Oak. We're going to get those reviews done. And a shave, a traditional shave from an Italian master barber in Italy. Wow, that is fantastic. Bill, thanks very much for the comments. Jason NYC 2006 writes, Mark Zaradia, fun-filled 3MB today. It's not Monday for me without watching Monday Morning Mailbag, my brother. God bless you. Jason, thank you very, very much for that. Really, really do appreciate that. John's Pipe Journey checked in and he writes, I always sing along to your Shaved End song. So do I. It really is very, very catchy. And actually, it's the viewer's Shaved End song. It was created by viewer Mark Vernick. Mark, thank you again very, very much. Very, very creative. He used AI somehow. I don't know exactly how, but he created that whole Shaved End opening with AI. A great song, great lyrics, great illustrations, just really, really terrific. I say illustrations because he has more than one of those illustrations. He was tweaking it here and there and giving me my choice of what car would be in the background, that sort of thing. So yeah, he did a great job with it. Yeah, and it's and I always sing along with it too. It's just, it really is very, very catchy. Thanks again, Mark. Really do appreciate that. And John's Pipe Journey, I'm so glad you enjoy the song. It's become a great part of the Monday Morning Mailbag. Thanks again to Mark Vernick and John. Thank you very much for that comment. Beth Jones writes, great 3MB, Mark. I can see where the blade dryer could be a useful addition to anyone's shaving den. One can never have too many wet shaving accessories. Hear, hear. If you missed it last week, check out last week's Monday Morning Mailbag where we talk about a blade dryer that David Trinks sent in. And we gave a little information on that. And we'll have more information about it down the road coming soon. Beth, wholeheartedly agree with you. You can never have too many shaving gear, too much. You can never have too much. Well, what does she say here? One can never have too many wet shaving accessories. That's the way to say it. Thanks again, Beth. Really do appreciate that. Tim Morris, 7022 writes, where I work, we used to have a mechanic that, on break, he would always drink coffee no matter how hot it was in the engine room. He said he could drink coffee with one hand and wipe sweat with the other. Laugh out loud. Thanks for sharing, Mark. Tim, you know what? I've heard that if it's hot, you should drink a hot beverage like coffee because that will cool you down. I don't know if that's an old wives' tale or if it's absolutely accurate, if there's science to back that up. But regardless, I enjoy a nice cup of coffee regardless of the weather. And again, like I said last week, the mornings were really nice and cool. You could just kind of stand outside with a nice hot cup of coffee and just drink in that wonderful summer weather before it got, too hot, that sort of thing. Hang on, let me get another sip. That's terrific. Again, I hope you're enjoying a cup of coffee with me this morning. One more sip. Hang on. My apologies for that. Wow. Maybe I drank a little too quickly there. Thanks again, Tim. Really do appreciate it. RH Dave Shaves writes, great show, Mark. Thanks. And a great review by Beth Jones. I've been looking at that version of Cella. May have to pick it up. Cheerio. I agree, Dave. That was an absolutely wonderful review by Beth Jones. If you missed it, it ran last week. And the great thing is that Beth gave a lot of information regarding the scent and how the scent was created and how it resonates and the different elements that come into it and a little bit of history of the fougere type of scent. It was wonderful. Beth, thank you again for contributing that to the show. It really added a great deal to the show, and it was very, very informative. So a big, big thank you to Beth Jones for that great review. Check it out. It was in last week's Monday Morning Mailbag. And Dave, I agree with you wholeheartedly. A really, really wonderful review by Beth Jones. Christian Christian B. Ruman, I think that's how it's pronounced. Christian B. Ruman, 2453 writes, "Hey Mark, great show today. For me, it's funny because while I like summer, I can't help but notice that I wish for winter to come, but then when it's here, I can't wait for summer to come either." Kids go back to school too early. You know what? I'm going to put it to the viewer. Do you think that kids go back to school too early? I'm going to give you something that I saw. I wish I would have taken a picture of it. But on my morning commute, I was driving past an elementary school, and of course it was empty. And there on the front of the school sign, it said, "School starts August 14th." That is way too early. Traditionally in Northeast Ohio, for many, many years, it was school started right after Labor Day. So the week after Labor Day, that's when you went back to school. You had Labor Day weekend, maybe a day or two after that, and then you went back to school. Sometimes maybe a week after that. But after Labor Day, that's when everyone went back to school. Things were cooling down. The weather was a little more agreeable, that sort of thing. August is too hot to go back to school, in my opinion, but I'll put it to all the viewers. What do you think? Too early for school? Should school open after Labor Day? Something like that. Comment below and let us know. Christian B. Ruman, 2453. I agree with you. I really do agree with you. I think they start school a little too early. I don't want to have a bias here. I don't want to influence the vote, so to speak, below. But comment below and let us know what you think. Too early for school, or just right, or should it be after Labor Day weekend, something like that. And you know what? It is kind of funny when it gets really, really hot. You're looking for a cool down, not winter-wise, in my opinion, but I like the cooler weather. I love when fall starts rolling around and it cools down, but you got that winter weather just on the other side of that. And that's always kind of like, well, we got some cold weather coming. So, as long as there's baseball, into October and maybe the first week of November, as far as I'm concerned, it's still summer and fall. After the World Series, then, okay, now you got to get serious about winter creeping up on us. Yeah, but I understand what you're saying there, Christian. Thanks very much for the comment. Really do appreciate it. Soap Spoon Andy. This is Andy Kaiser of soapspoon.com. Mark, you're not alone in the heat. We Midwesterners tough it out all winter, wishing for summer. Then it gets hot, and we turn into a tub of Taylor of Old Bond Street. Thanks for the shout out. I'm honored to be holding your coffee. Yeah, again, we'll share this with you. The official coaster of the Monday Morning Mailbag right there from soapspoon.com and Andy Kaiser. Andy, thank you again very, very much. And you're right. We wait for summer. Summer rolls around. It gets hot and we're like, wow, this is too hot. No, it's not. I really enjoy the summer weather, and I like the variety of the temperatures. As I say, I like those cool evenings where you can open up the windows, put on a ceiling fan, not have to have the air conditioning on, that sort of thing. And for me, and this is just me, I'm not advocating this, but just me, I try not to use a lot of AC during the summer. Now, again, there are times when it gets unbearably hot and you got to put it on. I understand that. But I just let my body kind of adapt naturally to the changing seasons and the temperatures and that sort of thing. And I find that it can be quite agreeable, especially in the evening, if the evenings are a little cooler. If there's a lot of humidity, okay, then all bets are off. You're putting on the AC. I get that. Absolutely. So, Andy, thanks again for that. Really do appreciate it. Hey, John's Pipe Journey checked in once more. We can get that beer in Missouri. This is Yuengling beer. And my question was regarding Yuengling in Ohio and that sort of thing. Back in the day, because we talked about Yuengling in the previous Monday Morning Mailbag, Yuengling being brewed in Pennsylvania since when was it? I can't remember. I didn't put my notes together here for that. 1832 or 1852, the oldest brewery in the United States of America, Yuengling. And I think at a time, correct me if I'm wrong, you couldn't get it in Ohio. You had to go across the border order and bring it back yourself. I could be wrong, but if you're getting it in Missouri, we're getting it in Ohio now. But I could be wrong. I might be confusing that with another brand of beer. I'm not entirely sure. John's Pipe Journey, thanks very, very much. I don't know. I don't drink beer, so I don't know. But I heard something like that along the way. Andrew Hill, 1965, writes, great show as always. Here in Adrian, Michigan over the weekend, we had a very rough storm roll through. A lot of people's power was knocked out all weekend. Anyway, great new gear segment and very informative comment section. Have a great week. I think I happened to mention on Second Cup that just as I got done uploading the Monday Morning Mailbag and having it in place and getting ready to do the chapters and adding links and that sort of thing. I mean, it was already uploaded, already in place. I lost power. Power went out and a large section of Northeast Ohio lost power. So I was very, very grateful that I was able to upload the Monday Morning Mailbag before power went out. If worse came to worst, I could get on my phone, get into the app, and at least schedule it with an explanation of, hey, this is why you don't have chapters and that sort of thing. Because of the power outage. I didn't know how long it was going to be out, but it came back on a little sooner than anticipated. So I didn't lose too much time. So that was fortunate. And Andrew, you had power. You lost power longer than I did. Let me put it that way. And I hope you came through that okay. You and everyone in Adrian, Michigan. This comes from Gerald Avaletta. This is Jerry Avaletta from Connecticut. Hi, Mark. What a great mug. Another great Monday Morning Mailbag. Great products as always. Nice to see you. Have a blessed rest of your week. And that's from Jerry Avaletta from Wolcott, Connecticut. Did I pronounce that right? Wolcott, capital Wolcott, Wolcott, Connecticut. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Jerry, thanks very much for checking in. Really do appreciate that. John's Pipe Journey, one more time. Mark, fantastic Monday Morning Mailbag. The blade dryer sounds like a fairly good idea. However, if it's left out, somebody could open it and cut themselves. If you put it in a drawer, it's not getting the air circulation. That's one reason why I like the magnet idea, because it's up out of the reach of little kids and it's also getting plenty of air circulation. I dry my blades before I put them on the magnet. If I was using carbon blades, I would also give them a tiny bit of mineral oil. Thanks once again for all the effort you put forth in creating this great show. All the best, John. John, those are all great, great points. I agree with you. We'll see what else comes with the blade dryer. Again, we're going to be sharing more information as we get it. I like the magnet idea. We've talked about that on the show before, and it's always a great reminder, especially to new wet shavers who also happen to have small children running around the house. Put it on a magnet, out of the reach, way up and out of the reach of little hands. Absolutely. Those are all really, really great points. And I've tried mineral oil on my carbon blades, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It doesn't work. I've trying to stop them from breaking down, and it just doesn't work. So I'm really looking forward to trying this blade dryer and learning more about it. And maybe there's a way it can be placed up and out of the way, maybe on a top shelf, out of the way of little hands, that sort of thing. John, thanks again for that. Really do appreciate that. Craig Allison, VV8LP, writes, good morning, Mark. Great Monday Morning Mailbag today. I coincidentally ordered some cello this week to put into my rotation. Looking forward to using it. Craig, you're going to have to tell us how you like it. It's a great scent. Really, really wonderful scent. Again, Beth Jones did a great breakdown on the scent, and really, really wonderful, wonderful performance. And the tub is really terrific. It's got a great classic wet shaving look to it. Will look great on any shaved end counter, that's for sure. Craig, thanks very much for that. Really do appreciate it. Jameson W07. Nice mug there. I'm 19 years old, and safe to say I've fallen down the wet shaving rabbit hole. Even my family asks why I'm so into it. Happy Monday, Mark. That is, you know what? welcome to the traditional wet shave. And as we say, watch out for that rabbit hole. And the mug that Jameson W07 was referring to was the shavesplash.com shaving mug sent to the channel. It's got a rabbit shaving. It's just so emblematic of the rabbit hole and the traditional wet shave. It's a terrific mug. Check out last week's Monday Morning Mailbag to get a good look at that mug. As viewers have pointed out, it's really, really terrific. And welcome to the traditional wet shave. You'll have to share some of your wet shaving journey with all the viewers out there. Email me at mondaymailbag@gmail.com and we'll share that with all the viewers out there. Jameson, thanks very much for the comment. I really do appreciate that. Jimmy V Photography checked in. Geesh, I feel so bad for Chris's lack of shaving stuff. Again, check out last week's Monday Morning Mailbag for an absolutely fabulous shave den visit, courtesy of Chris Beaudrab. Like others, I love the Shave Den Visit song. It's totally a classic. Thank you, Jimmy. I really do appreciate that. Again, a big, big thank you to Mark Vernick for that. Getting a classic straight razor shave from a master barber in Italy should be on every wet shaver's bucket list. When I was shooting in Sicily, I got one several times from a chap who was fifth-generation barber in the shop that had been in his family all that time. Obviously, there had been upgrades, but I swear, if the walls could talk. Personally, I don't think the blade dryer is something I would use, but that's because I'm one and done for carbon blades and two and done for all others. Blades are cheap, and I have enough to last me 10 years, so it's not something I can see me using. I just blow the blade dry and stick it on a smooth magnetic bar for next use. Naturally, others might feel differently and get value out of a dryer. Yeah, you know what? Your mileage may vary. Whatever you want to do, it's entirely up to you. If you want to use a blade dryer, great. If not, if you're one and done with a carbon blade, that works too. Right now, Jimmy, I'm with you. My personal use on blades is two and done, and on carbon blades that I haven't used in a while, but it's been one and done because I have not been able to stem that breakdown. And I'm looking forward to trying out this blade dryer as soon as we get more information on its proper use. And then we'll see what happens. So we're really looking forward to that. Jimmy, thank you again very, very much. And that wraps up this week's refill segment. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some new wet shaving gear. Viewer David Trink sent along this heads up, and he writes, 2 new razors to look for. Yates Merica is back. It dropped on July 4th. For a limited run, pre-order is $95 from Razor Emporium, and Phoenix Shaving has the original Phoenix Dock safety razor, nickel-plated double open comb, back in stock, which is a steal at $36.95. Again, a big thank you to David Trinks for the heads up on 2 great razors that are available. First up is the Yates razor right here, a terrific razor. You can get this through Razor Emporium. Pre-order $95, and the product page says will be released on 9/14/2026. We'll link to the product page and also to a video where Matt Pisarcik talks all about the Merica Yates razor. So check it out. It's a terrific razor, and it comes with that great flag emblem on the cap. We'll show you ours right here. Isn't that great? Isn't that awesome? Yeah, a really nice touch, especially during the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. Yeah, a really, really exceptional razor. Check it out from Razor Emporium, the Yates Merica razor. And again, the product page has all the information, as does the video from Matt Pisarcik. We'll link both of those below. Next up is the Phoenix Shaving Original Dock razor, nickel-plated, really terrific razor. This is not twist adjustable, just so you know, but it really is a wonderful, efficient razor. Delivers a great, great shave. And this is one we're going to have to use again in upcoming reviews. It really is a fun razor to use. And again, very efficient, delivers a really, really wonderful, wonderful shave. And really at a nice price point right now, $36.95. So a big thank you again to David Trinks for the heads up on the Yates Merica razor and the Phoenix Shaving Original Dock Safety Razor. David, thanks again very, very much. David Trinks checked in once more and he writes, "Hello, Mark. Another tip for those starting out or those that want to own 2 more razors for under $16. I often buy this Charmin razor when it dips below $9. Currently, at the time he's writing this, it's $8.98 on Amazon. It has a copper handle that I cannibalize to use with other razor heads, such as the Calorie Dual Open Comb, currently $5.99 on Amazon, which you use on your spalted maple razor." That's absolutely correct. David Lair very kindly gifted the channel this beautiful spalted maple shave brush handle that we affixed a new knot to, and then he followed up by sending us this beautiful spalted maple razor to match the shaving brush, and he put on there this Calorie dual open comb razor head, which delivers a wonderfully mild shave. It's absolutely beautiful. And he put this on the handle because he said, "Mark, I know you prefer mild razors and mild shaves." And I do. It's wonderful. And here's a great combination that David Trinks is pointing out. A great copper handle and a great razor head that you can pair up with that handle. Anyhow, he continues here. "Where else can you find a copper handle and get 2 mild heads for under $16 delivered to your door? The handle has nice knurling in weight and works well with a number of heads." Well, the Charmin razor, from what David is saying, from what I gather here, also delivers a nice mild shave, but you can put on whatever razor head you want, including this wonderful Calorie dual open comb razor head right here. And what a great idea this is. Well, by the way, we'll have both links below, but what a great idea this is. With summer travel, you can go ahead and get a really nice, affordable razor to take with you that will have some nice heft, some good quality materials, a great mild razor head, 2 mild razor heads, with the original razor head that comes with the Charmin razor and also this Calorie razor head for under $16, and you can afford to lose it. You're not losing a lot of money if for some reason you misplace it, something like that. You know, leave the wonderful vintage razor from your dad or your grandfather at home. Leave your $125 stainless steel razor at home, that sort of thing, and take along a really nice, affordable travel razor, less than $16. You'll have 2 razor heads with it. The Calorie razor you can buy separately, and also the one that comes with that Charmin razor. A really, really terrific, terrific razor for your shaved end or to take with you on the road for summer travel that you can afford to lose and easily replace from Amazon.com. Really, really terrific, terrific heads up on a couple of great wet shaving products at affordable prices and something you can take for travel or just leaving your shaved end. A big, big thank you to David Trinks for the heads up on this. David, really do appreciate it. Well, we got this heads up and sneak peek from viewer Christian Ortlip. Check this out. Hi, Mark. Hope you're doing fine. The Tappy Safety Razor is being developed in collaboration with Steve Tinter of Alpha Shaving Works and myself. It will feature a 0.80 millimeter open comb base plate and come in the blue and red colors of Schleswig-Holstein. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I've attached photos of it. I really appreciate it. If you can share this with viewers, have a great day. Best regards, Christian. Wow, that's an absolutely beautiful razor in development from Christian Ortleb and Steve Tinter of Alpha Shaving Works. I asked him about the name Tappy. Is this your mascot on your shaving channel? And he says, yes, that's correct. Tappy is my little hamster mascot and named after it, which is also on the bottom of the base plate, and on the handle bottom will be the same logo. How about that? So look for the Tappy Razor, a collaborative effort between Steve Tinter of Alpha Shaving Works and Christian Ortlep. We'll have more information to share with you as it becomes available. Christian, thanks again for the sneak peek of the Tappy Razor. The pre-order page has just launched. You can get your very own Tappy Razor. Christian, thanks again very much. Well, we received this heads up from viewer Tim Whitcup. Just arrived at Shave Nation, the 34C adjustable razor. Limited supply available. We'll link that below. Tim, thanks very much for the heads up on this. The product page reads, in part, have you ever wondered how great it would be if you could adjust your 34C? How about that? We just talked about the 34C in the viewer morning wet shaving tip. And here is a 34C that's now adjustable, available at Shave Nation. That is amazing. This new Merica 34C adjustable razor is based on a design from the 1950s. The adjustable blade gap lets you customize your shaving experience. By turning the dial or knob at the end of the handle, you can adjust the shaving head. From a close shave to a very close shave, the angle and blade gap can be adjusted. This ensures nothing stands in the way of your personalized and flawless shave. How about that? A 34C that is adjustable. Again, available at Shave Nation. Limited supply. A limited supply available at Shave Nation. The 34C adjustable razor. Tim, thanks for the heads up on this. Really do appreciate it. Folks, we'll have links below. Give it a look. There it is from Phoenix Shaving. Cucumber Tumbler. Boy, is this a great scent. This is cucumber. This is summer. Wow. That's what the scent is. Cucumber. It is pure, wonderful, fresh cucumber. Perfect for the summer months. Absolutely wonderful. And we also have the aftershave splash right here. Check that out. Absolutely beautiful. Check out that artwork. Really, really terrific. This is a good one. This is one you'll want to have in your shave den for the summer months. It's fresh, bright cucumber. Man, this just says outdoors, family get-togethers, cookouts. Yeah, this is absolutely wonderful. From Phoenix Shaving, Cucumber Tumbler. Give it a look. And that wraps up this week's look at new wet shaving gear. My thanks to everyone who contributed. Really do appreciate it. We'll do it again next week. Okay, let's check out some of these questions and comments. Well, we received this email from viewer David Trinks, and this is really, really awesome. This is really, really neat. He sent along some additional shaving gear. As you know, he sent along this treated shaving brush. This is a 30 millimeter knot. How do I know it's a 30 millimeter knot? Because David also very kindly and generously sent along these calipers. I measured it. It's a 30 millimeter knot. Wow, this comes in really, really handy. Anyhow, he treated it with this product right here, Shield. It's anti-mold. It fights mildew, fungus, that sort of thing. And the idea here is you can treat your shaving brushes and your shaving gear so that they will fight off mold and mildew and that sort of thing. And the idea is, hey, Mark, I treated this brush. Try it out and see how it compares to your other shaving brushes in your shave den. I haven't done that just yet, But David had a second thought, and he sent along 2 additional brushes. This one is treated. This one is untreated. They're both 26 millimeter knots. Now, here's what David has to say. Hello, Mark. How's your coffee this morning? In regard to the treated versus untreated brushes, I sent them along so you could have a control brush that you can use when conducting any comparisons over time. This is also so you wouldn't have to guess which one of your own brushes to use. It alleviates some possible bias as you might have a favorite brush, and so that brush use would be consistent. This creates the approximately same starting point with brush use. It also has the same synthetic knot material makeup as the treated brush. So this brush here is the same knot material as the treated brush. The smaller knot, 26 millimeter size, is to come in line with a more common size of brush that most people might utilize, especially with smaller shaving and lathering bowls or mugs. I realize not everyone utilizes a 30 millimeter knot, which this one here is right here. And then he says, did you happen to check out the coin on the treated brush? I responded to him, and I kind of glanced over that because I was at work and a lot of things were going on. And just now I happened to check out the coin on the bottom of the handle. Check this out. This is awesome. Boom, lather. How about that? That is absolutely awesome. David, thank you very, very much. Wow, that makes this brush all the more special. Did you happen to check out the coin on the treated brush? Yes, just now. My apologies for the oversight, but I am very flattered and honored by that. That is such a wonderful touch. David, thank you very, very much. I was reading on some of the wet shaving forums that some people have trouble whipping up a bowl lather as the combination of a small bowl or mug with a large brush nut may be the trouble as there isn't enough space to create the aeration required to produce lather. So switching to a smaller size brush may do the trick. How do you feel? You know what? I've never heard that before, but it sure does make sense. I'll put it to the viewers. Does a larger knot like this 30 millimeter knot get in the way of whipping up a lather if it's done in a smaller lathering bowl or mug? Comment below and let us know. But I want to show you these brushes that David very kindly sent along. This is a West Coast shaving brush right there, 26 millimeter knot. West Coast shaving brush, 26 millimeter knot right there. Okay, wanted to show you that. And again, I used good old calipers to measure them, and they're 26 millimeters. So really looking forward to comparing these two and getting a kind of feel as to how these treated brushes feel compared to an untreated brush, this control brush here. Again, knot material is the same and knot size is the same, that sort of thing. So really, really looking forward to doing that video review and also using these brushes going forward so that we can give you updates as to how they perform, treated and untreated. David, thank you again very, very much. Well, as you recall, viewer Abene Samant acquired a beautiful brand new feather safety razor, and he sent along the following review. Dear Mark, great show today, and thank you for the shout out for my Instagram. We did that a little while ago. My pleasure, Abby. My first shave with the feather was actually quite rough and a little disappointing. After doing some research, I realized the razor needs a very shallow approach angle. On my second shave, I focused on riding the cap and things improved greatly. Once I dialed in my technique, I did a 3-pass shave and ended up with a smooth BBS finish with no cuts or irritation. I have to say, the ASD2 is a beautiful razor in person. The machining is so precise and the detailing is so clean that you do not fully appreciate it until you hold it in your hand. Pictures really do not do it justice. It feels like a piece of high-quality engineering rather than just a tool. I actually thought it was coated because the surface was so flawless. The polishing is just that good. It took me that second shave to get the hang of the feather blade and razor. I had to ride the cap a bit more than I am used to, but once it clicked, it delivered a very smooth result. I find the feather blade quite harsh because it's so sharp and unforgiving, but it was really tame in the ASD2. I'm actually looking forward to experimenting with other blades to see how they perform in this razor. Any suggestions? By the way, I used Ariana and Evan's Nero Eraso set from the last Maggards meetup with this razor. It worked wonderfully, and the scent is absolutely amazing. Cheers, and that's from Abene Samant. Abi, thank you so much for a great review of the Feather ASD2 razor. Yeah, it looks like a beautiful piece of shaving equipment, a wonderful shaving tool, absolutely flawless and precisely machined. That is terrific. Folks, if you have a Feather ASD2 razor, please comment below and let us know what your experience has been with it. Does it match up with Abene's experience with it? Do you have to ride the cap a little more? Do you prefer a feather blade or some other razor blade? Do you have some suggestions for razor blades to use in a Feather ASD2 razor? Please comment below and let us know. Abene, thanks very much for the review of your brand new Feather ASD2 razor. Enjoy that razor, and thanks again very, very much. And that wraps up another Monday Morning Mailbag. Thanks so much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. Please share, please subscribe, please like. Hit that bell so it'll give you a yell the next time I upload a video. Comment below. Let me know. Check out my Amazon product page at amazon.com/shop/Mark Zarady, where you'll find all the Amazon listed products that I review on this channel, organized and categorized so you can find everything in a snap very easily. I'll leave you with this laugh. Hey, we have another double take cartoon puzzle this week. Try to find the differences between the two cartoon panels. If you need more time, just pause the video, or try to find all the differences before time runs out. Thanks very much for tuning in again. I really do appreciate it. From the 3MB, where every shave tells a story, make it a great week.